Srimati Sonia Gandhi ji, please.
Madam Speaker, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. It is good that the Modi NDA government has taken the initiative to enhance the number of MLCs in the Legislative Council of Andhra Pradesh from 50 to 58 through the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Amendment Bill 2015. However, I wonder why the same sense of urgency is not seen in fulfilling other key commitments made to the people of Andhra Pradesh. They have, after all, been waiting now for the last 9 months. While fulfilling the long-pending demand for the formation of a separate state of Telangana, the Indian National Congress was equally and strongly committed to protecting and promoting the interests of the successor state of Andhra Pradesh and to ensuring its rapid development. That is why we have provided a comprehensive package in the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act itself. In addition, Dr. Manmohan Singh, the then Prime Minister of India, had committed on the floor of the Rajya Sabha on 20th February 2014 that the successor state of Andhra Pradesh will be granted special category status. On 1st March 2014, the UPA cabinet approved this important decision and directed the Planning Commission to implement it. But it is disappointing, Madam Speaker, to find that the Modi NDA government has not shown any interest in fulfilling these commitments. This is even more perplexing given the fact that the BJP and the TDP are in coalition both at the center and in the state. The Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act provided for financial assistance to the successor state of Andhra Pradesh to meet the gap in the state revenues in the financial year 2015-2016. The state of Andhra Pradesh is presently facing a huge revenue deficit, which is adversely impacting it and its people. To make matters worse, the recommendation of the 14th Finance Commission have not done full justice to the needs of the state. The Act also provided for tax incentives to promote industrial development, but unfortunately, so far, no tangible measures have been announced. The Polavaram project is crucial for the future of Andhra Pradesh. It must be implemented with urgency and with complete regard to environmental sustainability and with full sensitivity to the resettlement and rehabilitation of all the affected families. Polavaram has already been declared, as we all know, a national project. It must get off the ground immediately. This is, after all, a Government of India project. Like every other state, Andhra Pradesh must have its own and grand capital. For this too, we have committed financial support from the center. Therefore, adequate resources have to keep flowing to the state for its capital. Sadly, I have to say, here too, nothing substantial has yet been provided. In addition to the above, many other commitments, such as sanction of the railway zone to Andhra Pradesh, the Vizag-Chennai Industrial Corridor, a steel factory in YSR Kadapa district, a petrochemical refinery, a petroleum university, and the development of the Dugirajapatnam port, all of these still remain only on paper. Madam Speaker, the people of Andhra Pradesh are deeply anguished over the apathy being shown to them by this government. 9 long months have gone by, and they are beginning to feel that they are being taken for granted. I had written to the Prime Minister twice, first in June 2014 and again in February 2015, requesting him to speed up the implementation of the commitments we all collectively made to the people of Andhra Pradesh when Parliament approved its reorganization in February 2014. And that is why, through you, Madam Speaker, I urge the Prime Minister to give his personal and immediate attention to this most important and urgent matter, which is so vital for the rapid development of Andhra Pradesh and its people. Thank you, Madam Speaker.